The Tick is ready to get busy with today's insect-based game, Killer Bees, for your Magnavox Odyssey 2 with the voice attachment. Let's go ahead and take Killer Bees, pop it in my Odyssey 2 with the voice attachment, and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Killer Bees was published by Magnavox and carries a copyright year of 1983. It was programmed by Robert S. Harris, who also programmed Nimble Numbers Ned for the Odyssey 2. The back of the box says the following: Killer Bees, bee-bots from the insect civilization of Bem, invade a flowering green planet called Earth. Their warriors and bodyguards are hordes of killer bees, impervious to all nuclear and conventional weapons. They can only be killed by the bug-zapping Rosha ray. The bee-bots themselves are only susceptible to the sting of Earth bees, and you control the hive mind of all the bees in the world who loyally swarm to the defense of their home planet. The bee-bots get faster, and their killer bees get smarter and more ferocious as you play through 26 exciting challenge levels in this totally different game of Sting Warfare. Full sync sound action with speech if played through the voice of Odyssey. Advanced digital scoring with memory for high score in a series of games. Killer Bees is a single screen action game for one player only with one mode of standard difficulty. You start the game with a swarm of 12 bees, which you move with the joystick. Your goal is to hover over all the bee bots until they die, being replaced with a grave marker. There are two types of bee bots, Republican Red and Democratic Blue. Whenever a bee bot walks into an obstacle, such as a wall, grave marker, or another bee bot, it will turn. Ironically, the Republican Red bee-bot will always turn right in a clockwise fashion, while the Democratic Blue bee-bot will always turn left in a counterclockwise fashion. When your swarm hovers over a bee-bot, it will get slower and eventually die if you remain on it long enough, but if you leave it alone for a while, it can regain its speed. Protecting the bee-bots are swarms of killer bees. If they touch your swarm, they will take away bees one at a time, but this happens very quickly, and if they kill the entire swarm, your game will end, restarting at the first level. If you happen to get a high score, you can then type your name in, but if the system is turned off or resets, it will be erased. Enemy killer bee swarms start green. After a while, they will turn blue and stay closer to the bee-bot to protect them. A little while after that, they will turn red and aggressively come after you. Your only weapon is the Rosha ray, which is named after the programmer. Pressing the button will activate it, creating a horizontal beam around your swarm that will zap away any enemy swarms it touches. You start each round with a single ray, shown by the blinking squares on the sides. If you use it, you can get another one by defeating a bee-bot, but you can only hold one ray at a time. If you defeat all the bee-bots on screen, you move on to the next round with increased difficulty and your swarm restocked. Scoring-wise, you get 1 point per sting, 10 points for zapping a swarm, 100 points for killing a bee-bot, and if you successfully complete a round, 10 points for each surviving bee in your swarm multiplied by the round number. Graphically speaking, this is a rather simple but effective looking game, and the bee-bots do look nice. The game also has some decent sounds. If you play it through the voice attachment, you get some more sounds in between rounds, including the game saying more, more, more. Honestly, compared to Attack of the Time Lord, the added voice sounds were not that impressive, although it does add a little bit to the game. Family-friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at PriceCharting.com, the game appears to be one of the pricier Odyssey 2 games with a value of $23 loose, $39 complete, and $84 new. So what did I think of Killer Bees? This is a unique and fun game. The controls are easy to pick up, and in between the enemy swarms and the way the robots move, it has a nice mix of strategy and gameplay. I will say that some of the voice samples sounded more like gibberish sounds quickly thrown in. I think using more words would have been a plus, just like I heard in Time Lord. And there are also times when you're doing well, only to have an enemy swarm hit you just right and wipe you out pretty fast. That can be frustrating. But overall, the action is fun and fast-paced. So where am I going to rank Killer Bees? This one's going to be close to the other voice game I reviewed, Attack of the Time Lord, which is currently at the 3 position. I really like both games, but I'm going to give Time Lord a very narrow edge. So out of the 7 games I'm now ranked for the Odyssey 2, Killer Bees is swarming the 4 position. Killer Bees is a fun fun, unique experience on the Odyssey 2. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. Click the bell so you don't miss any future videos. And sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, just like televisionary podcaster Rick and cool and unusual gamer Louis G did, who both nominated today's game to support the show and gain access to exclusive perks. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, and always remember those wise words from Nicolas Cage. Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!